Welcome to Home Team Advantage. I'm Gary Giambetti along with Mike Egan, and he was hoping I'd screw that up right away because he's giving me different names of the show, and I'm too easily feeble-minded to...
Well, you're like the President of the United States. We gotta give you that test to make sure you're still with us.
Cognitive?
Yep.
Yeah, I would not believe me. I probably wouldn't pass it. I'm probably not very good at
Well,
that.
that'd make two of you.
But I'm going to try to remember some names from yesterday when we get started here. But we are at the Miracle Field, and Mr. Egan here has had a lot to do with that field, and evidently they start their season tonight.
We'll be starting tonight, so anybody who wants to come out and enjoy and have some fun, it's open to anybody that wants to play. So, and it's just a great deal for those that don't get an opportunity to play on a regular baseball field, and they can come out and hopefully we've had great turnout the last couple of years. So the park should be busy. We've got Hibbing High School baseball, which you'll talk about a little bit. It's going to be playing tonight. So, and hopefully the rain will stay away.
Well, yes, and but although we did need the rain, I know we segue into the weather, but we needed the rain the other night because we hadn't had any of it up until that point. So now at least we've got some rain, and now things can grow, which is a good thing.
Especially those mosquitoes.
Yeah, yeah. I haven't really. Yeah, I don't know why they get so bad at times, but they never see it. They always never seem to go away. They always come back in full force, and
kind of like an ex-wife.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, let's get the track. Here we go.
All right. Well, the Hibbing.
How many nights over?
The first time since 2001, I believe, the Hibbing High School boys and girls track teams hosted a section meet on Cheever Field and Ben Owens Stadium, and it was great to see that we had that opportunity to do that. And yesterday was a preliminary round, and they had, now I'm gonna forget my cognitive tests here, but they did have 4 finals for each of the boys and the girls, and the boys and the girls 3,200 run was a final to see who got the state. Then the boys had, I think, the shot put and the pole vault and the triple jump, and the girls had the high jump, discus, and I'm going to forget either the long jump. I said the high jump and the long jump and the discus. So they did have the finals there. Hibbing, unfortunately, did not get anybody to state yesterday, but Melina Sullivan did finish 3rd, which is 1 spot away from going to state in the 3,200. Aiden Shepard was 4th in the shot put, which missed by 2 spots. And Austin Valento was 3rd in the pole vault, which missed by 1 spot. He tied the guy that finished 2nd, but I guess it had the rule state if the number of scratches that you have, and obviously the kid from, I think it was Grand Rapids if I'm not mistaken, but I'm not sure, had 1 less scratch than Austin did. So Austin, he's only a sophomore, so he's got 2 more years. Yeah, good future. So good for him. Melina, again, the 2 girls from Chisago Lakes, you have to tip your hat to them because they took off and they were nowhere to be found. And so, but Melina hung in there and just couldn't quite get there. And then in the boys 3,200, Silas Langner placed 3rd, which was something amazing because the kid from Cloquet, I mean, he was almost a track length ahead of everybody. I mean, he took off, and I asked a couple people up there, is that kid human? Because he was gone.
Yeah.
And then I hear the fact that Cameron Stockey from Rock Ridge probably had beaten this kid before in races, so that's how good these guys are.
Yeah.
But then that battle for 2nd was for the first 6 laps. It was all tightly bunched, but they were all even, obviously. And then with about I think the last lap, Silas kind of took off, and he had a kid from Rapids on his tail, and then about 200 meters out, the kid from Rapids just kicked it in.
Yeah.
And Silas didn't have enough left to
Not enough juice left in the tank, huh?
No, to get to the finish line. So he just missed out, but it was a great race. by both he and Sullivan yesterday. And other than that, the field events for the girls, and at least those 3 weren't great. So now they'll have the rest of them Saturday. It starts at noon, or starts at 11 with the field events on Saturday, and then at noon they're running.
Is that the
Takes
team
place.
or individual?
No, that's all. It's all.
No?
It's just, yeah.
Okay.
Individuals go to state, but you gain points. If you finish in the top 8, you gain points for your team.
Okay.
And then that's how they'll determine the team winner. But the top 2 individuals in each event will go, and we'll have the relays. Those races ought to be, according to Serena, the coach, girls coach, everybody's kind of stacked their relays. So it should be an interesting meet. And Hibbing did get the top 2 in the 800. Emery Mackey and Geely Stenson finished 1 and 2 in their heat, and they have the top 2 times heading into Saturday's final.
Good.
And then there's some others. I'm not going to remember who they all are, but the 7th grader Olivia Thyen made it into the top 8 in the 400.
Wow.
So that was a pleasant surprise for them.
I had an opportunity to talk to a Chisholm athlete that's on their track team. I asked you, how'd you like running over at Hibbing? He said, I wish we had one of those tracks. He said that he couldn't say enough things nice about how great it was to actually run on that track and how nice it was. And so that, it's nice to hear that we did something right.
Well, and that was the main thing when I talked to both James and Serena the night before the meet. They wanted to make sure that everything went smoothly. They hired out a timing system, and those gentlemen that were there did a fantastic job running the meet.
Yeah.
I was called doing the public address, and I haven't really done track, especially a section meet, all that often, so I hope my job was okay. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say that I did a fantastic job. There were some names that were kind of hard to pronounce. And I suppose before Saturday, I had to go down and make sure that I talked to some of these coaches and make sure I pronounce
That's the names right?
their names right, because they deserve that in a meet like this. I mean, it's a championship race. And
Well, they all got numbers on their backs, right?
well, not all of them. Some of them are on the front of the jersey or on their
Number 2's in the lead.
Yeah, can do that. But no, it was fun. It wasn't, and it didn't really. I mean, they have a time schedule where if one race starts at 12, then even though all the 4 heats are done, they will wait till 12:30 to
Right.
start the next one, and so it's very organized when you get to the track meets, and kind of like at the state, I'm sure it's all run the same way.
Yeah.
So.
And probably have the same guys running it down at state for years and years.
Well, oh yeah, and I think these guys have done a lot of it up here.
Yeah.
I think they come out of like either the Cloquet area or someplace to do it, and they were right on the spot with the results and made my job easier.
Good.
So good luck to both Hibbing, I guess Rock Ridge. If you want to come and watch. And I talked to Matt Anderson last night about the football job that he's going to be starting here, but I also talked to him about the meet, and he's the head coach of the Rock Ridge track team, boys team. But if you want to come out and watch, he called him a generational runner, then you should come out and watch Cameron Stocky run, because I think it was the 800. I mean, he ran it in under 2 minutes.
Wow.
I know. I mean, the kid just took off, and it didn't even look like it bothered him that he was running 800 meters.
For us, it'd be 2 hours.
Yeah, well, and then his teammate Jared Delich almost broke 2 minutes. So they have the top 2 times in the 800 for the boys. So, I mean, it's going to be an interesting race. And then you put Stocky in 1 or 2 of the relays, and I think he's running the 1600 tomorrow or Saturday, and he's worth it. I mean, he's worth the price of admission to come and watch him, because you don't
see that very often.
see the runner like that come around here that often. I know Gino Urbaum was one of those kind of runners, but this kid I don't think is going to burn out anytime soon.
Yeah.
So I come out watch, And I'll give Emery Mackey too. I mean, I think the girl's been hurt. Like last year, I don't know, she didn't run much, I don't think, but now that she's healthy and able to run, she's not at that level of Cameron, but
Yep.
she kind of took off in that 400 or that 800, and nobody really caught her, and then Geely came up behind her, and she had enough though to kick her out at the end. So there's going to be those 800 races tomorrow are going to be great, and I'm sure all the relays are going to be fun. And
On Saturday.
yes, Saturday beginning at 11 for the field events and noon for the running events.
Good. Good.
So
I suppose we should let everybody know that our unofficial sponsor, what do we have today?
Turtle Cooler.
Okay.
Why, is there something wrong with it?
And to our fan out there, Mrs. G, I will speak a little louder.
Yeah. I told. See, Mom, I told him that you think he does. You don't think he speaks.
Well, you're
loud
so
enough.
demanding and overpowering. I kind
Wow.
of cower at your presence.
Sure you do. As he's trying to mess my brain up before the show.
Yeah, well, you keep drinking turtle juice and you won't have to worry about it.
Yeah, there'll be a lot more than you
Yeah.
that'll be wrecking my brain.
All right, baseball.
Okay, Hibbing, it's frustrating because the last 2 years, 2 years ago it was Chisago Lakes where they took into extra innings in the first round, and we were the lower seed, and we lost to them in extra innings. And then last year, North Branch was the higher seed, and we took them to 8 innings with I think Logan Geetson hit a 3-run home run in the 6th or 7th inning to tie it. And then we go to extra innings and lose by a run, and we lose to Chisago Lakes by a run. This year we had to go travel to North Branch because we were the 6th seed, they were the 3rd seed, and whatever happens, Hibbing plays better in the playoffs, but they just can't get over the hump because North Branch beat them 5-3. And it's just, I mean, it's frustrating for me as a former high school Hibbing baseball player, but it has to be even more frustrating for the coaching staff and that because you just can't get over the hump.
It's like the Twins playing at the Yankee Stadium.
Yeah, and and it's not like Luke Nelson, according to the box score, pitched one heck of a game. He only gave up like 5 hits, but North Branch had must have been 2 of their better pitchers. The one kid that started was not the one Jay was expecting them to start, but he came in and pitched an inning of relief. That pitcher. And shut them down, I think, in that 7th inning or whatever. But I mean, they do play better at the end of the year.
Yeah, but they are playing tonight.
But they do play. Yeah, it's Thursday night, 7 o'clock, I believe, at El Nyberg. They were the higher seed of the 2 that lost because Cloquet we were the 6th seed. I think Cloquet was a 7th seed.
Okay.
So we do get a home game. We're playing tonight. It's doubly limb, so the loser of that game is out. Their season's over. So hopefully Hibbing can get a win there and
go back to Chisago Lake.
well, wherever. Yeah, I'm not sure where the rest of the tournament's being played right now.
Okay.
So, but hopefully they can continue on and play another round because as far as I'm concerned, there's enough there to make a run.
Yep.
And it's just frustrating when they can't finish a game.
Well, maybe they'll surprise us like a few years ago when they went to state. So.
Yeah, I mean, and is that team the same makeup? No, that team was loaded with a lot of good players.
Yeah.
So it would have been a shame if they had gotten beat. But Denfeld that year was also very good. So, but they pulled it out.
Girls softball
is
done.
They played last Saturday against Hermantown, and the reports that I received said they had a 5-2 lead going into the 6th inning. I don't know how, and I hope I'm not wrong, but then Hermantown scored maybe 4 runs, took a 6-5 lead, and then hung on to
win
6-5. And as I was sitting I was over in Grand Rapids the other day covering Cherry in the Class A. all of a sudden I see Hermantown pull into the Grand Rapids Sports Complex. Or I see Grand Rapids coaches come in, and I went, what's going on? And they ended up playing Grand Rapids. So Hermantown, Rapids, Chisago, and North Branch were all up in Rapids. So Hibbing would have not had to travel so far had they just beat Hermantown.
Right.
Came over and played Rapids, and maybe had a chance to get back into the finals. But it's that Hermantown thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't see the game, so I can't go play by play for you. But
That's too bad. But they got a pretty young team this year, though.
but they lose some. They lose. O'Reilly Forboards graduates. Monroe Rewerts graduates. Madison St. George graduates. I'm going to forget somebody, but there might be one other.
What is graduates?
Graduates.
Graduates?
Whatever. They graduate.
Final season.
It's their final season. Okay, thank you. Disembodied voice from the corner.
Yes.
But
Every Thursdays I come in here and going to church and God's talking to us.
but then they have some younger players, and Ani Boven's coming back again, and next year will be her last year, and so they'll have the pitching. I think Emma McDowell, I've watched her pitch, and she
Wasn't she
does
the
a very good
sophomore?
job.
Or fresh?
She might be a freshman. Yeah. So they're going to have, if she continues at the pace she's going, when Ani leaves, they're still going to have quality on the pitching rubber or the pitcher circle. Good. So, and hopefully they all play this summer, which I'm sure they will, and we'll see what happens. Tennis, we got two boys going to state doubles team. Cooper Hendrickson and Drew Anderson lost to Jared Delich and Jake Bradock, I believe, of Rock Ridge in the finals, in the championship match, and then they came back into the true second against Jack Gabardi and who was his partner? I think Isaiah Hildenbrand.
Oh,
So
teammates.
the two Hibbing teams are playing for true second, and Anderson and Hendrickson won out over those two, and they'll be going to state next week in the individual part of it. So congratulations to them and Coach Conda.
That down at the U?
Yeah, 90. Somewhere
98th
down
Street,
like
Bloomington?
98th Street Courts or somewhere
Bloomington?
down there.
Okay.
Yeah, one of those places. Reed Sweet Tennis Center, wherever that is.
Okay.
It's down. You have to go around the bend there at 35. And,
That's in 98th in Bloomington.
Yeah.
Okay.
So wherever that is, yes.
What else we got going? Before we go any further, too, I just want to again congratulate the choir, the pep concert they put on last.
Pops concert.
Pep pop. Depends how much marijuana you carry in your car.
Easy for you to say.
Yep. What a great job it was, and if you missed it, our fearless producer director extraordinaire is running it on HPAD, so you can catch it again. So.
Well, I'll have to go up to my mother's. Well, I suppose I can catch it online. I suppose I should watch it online.
On our website, they can get all the information.
I can't make up.
Oh,
I can't make it an excuse like I have to go to my mom's house to watch it because I have satellite, but I can't go online.
I got a satellite, but I don't have to go too far to get to it.
It's too bad that DirecTV doesn't carry HPAD or anything like that. Maybe that's the next thing he should work on is get
You have internet access?
Yeah, I do.
Well, then you can do it that way.
I know. I'm making excuses because I'm too lazy to open my computer and.
You know how to. I don't.
It totally boggles my mind how those work, but. So I think that's all the sports.
For now.
Yeah.
Now we get into the summer and a lot of the local Little League, Junior League, Legion, VFW.
I wanted to say the
Miracle League.
Hibbing Miners open play Sunday
Miners,
here
yep.
against the Duluth Timbers, I guess. I will talk to Adam Schaefer today at noon to get a preview on that. And
There's only 4 teams.
I don't know how that works out there. I mean, I know there's not a whole lot of games on his schedule.
Yeah, there's only, I think, 4 teams that are participating because they're all dropping out. Can't get players to play.
No,
So
I know that's weird because it's unless you're in a baseball part of the state, then you don't have to ever worry about having
Right.
enough teams. But I'm not even sure what division they're in or what level they're at. Not at least not yet. So we'll see what happens.
good. Well, I guess we can switch to our pro side.
Yeah, if we, you
Minnesota-
might know more about it than I do, but the Twins did beat Oakland or Houston last night.
Correct. 1-2 out of
8-2.
3. 8-2.
All right.
Young man was pitching a Vollander. is it?
Louis Varland.
Was pitching a great game. I think he only had like 80-some pitchers, and they pulled him.
Well, he went 7 innings. Yeah,
Yeah, but
so
still.
I know. I know.
Had a
but
shutout going from. Then they bring in their relief pitcher,
Lopez. and
Lopez,
he
who's
gives
probably going to be gone.
2 home runs.
Yeah.
I know, but that guy's supposed to be good.
Well, the last 2 games are
Well,
almost
I know, but they picked him up from Baltimore last
Yeah.
year because he was such a
phenomenon.
Well, he was a closer there. I mean, now for Baltimore the last couple of years, being a closer there, didn't get a lot of work.
Yeah.
But
Well, he sure hasn't looked good the last couple of games for the Twins, but that can change too. So hopefully now they go play the Guardians.
yeah, they're come home. Now's the time. If you're going to go on a run,
Put a couple together.
now's the time to go on a run. Beat the teams in your division.
I-
Extend your lead. And
I think the Guardians are in second place, are they not? Third place.
yeah, that division's so tightly wound right now, and none of them are over 500, but the Twins.
Yep.
I don't think.
Right, you're right.
And
Yeah, Twins are what, 3 games over 500? 2?
29 and 27.
Yeah. So I mean, all the games again that they blew
Come back to
early in
haunt
the
'em
year
at the
are
end of
going
the
to come
year.
back to. Yeah, you're right.
Yep.
So
But the exciting part of the year right now, we've got the NBA playoffs. Are you going to watch it?
no.
Okay. But Denver Nuggets are playing the Miami Heat. The Heat almost blew it. They were up three games to none, and Celtics came back, but boy, did they look bad in the 4th game, or that 7th game, I guess it was. So
Well, and it's too bad because I loved it when Jimmy Butler was here, but the way he left this place,
and what he had to say about it.
yeah, does not sit well with me. And I was hoping that they almost, it almost doesn't count really, but Chicago almost beat them in that second play-in game.
Yep.
And they had to come back and beat them to get the ace seed. And hey, more power to them for the run they're on. That's fantastic. But I hope Denver. I'm hoping Denver takes care of them.
And then the Stanley Cup, which is probably the best thing to watch.
What do the Florida Panthers, Las Vegas Knights, and the Minnesota Wild have in common?
We're getting the answer right now.
Right now,
None of them have won a Stanley Cup.
Las Vegas did.
No, it didn't.
no, Las Vegas they were in the
Oh,
finals.
that's right, they're in the finals.
that
They did
first
lose,
year, but
yeah.
they haven't.
So
Yeah,
they-
but see, now one of those is going to.
They're kind of like the Vikings, Detroit, and Chicago. Neither one's won a Super Bowl. No, wait, Chicago did. Darn.
Yeah, Chicago has,
Yeah.
yeah. Detroit hasn't.
Detroit hasn't. Maybe this year. They're picked
Maybe.
to win the
They're
division
picked
this
to
year.
win, yes. So,
Back to hockey.
So, anyways, we got Stanley Cup playoffs. We've got Las Vegas and Florida. One team's in the desert and the other one's down
In the bottom of
Florida.
Yeah, they're in the snow belt, right?
Yeah,
Both
yeah.
those teams are in the snow belt, and they're playing for the actually the Sun Belt. But
For the state of hockey, we don't fare too well, do we?
no, and we keep using that excuse of, and he doesn't want to use. Guerin doesn't want to use it as an excuse, but the Parisi and Suter contracts.
No, get over it.
What if you buy them out? Doesn't that get you
Should free up
free
some
and
money.
clear?
Yeah.
I don't get what the hang up is if you bought them out.
Well, unless they're paying them over a period of time.
Well, that could be.
And is Suter even playing anymore?
Well, he's with Dallas.
Oh, that's right. But
Yeah,
that's
he was-
right. They were talking about what a terrible game he had or series he had.
Yeah, during the Vegas game and how he was cheap shotting
Yep.
Kaprizov during
Yep.
the Minnesota series. But I guess he played that way here. So I obviously didn't have a problem with it.
Can't
if he
change his
played that way
colors.
here.
Yeah.
So, more power to him. But yeah, he got smoked. And he wasn't too happy during his press conference. He says, "You saw what happened."
Yeah.
Well, Yeah, but explain why it happened.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, give an explanation. You're being interviewed. And Jamie Benn,
Got the 2-game suspension for the cross-check, and they thought when he came back that he was going to carry him, and he didn't do anything either. So.
no. And his cross check was bad, but you don't think that Suter's cross checks on Kaprizov were bad as well?
They were,
And he didn't
yeah.
get suspended from that series.
But to lose that way on your home ice, 6-0. Ooh.
Well, was that there?
Yeah, it was in Dallas.
Oh, okay, I'll take your word for
Yeah.
it because it was game six.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, well, then it would have been.
So,
I believe. Yeah, okay.
other than that, the Lynx are up and losing. I mean, up and playing.
No, you were right the first time.
Yeah, they haven't won a game yet.
When does? In the grand scheme of things, it's very minute. But when does Cheryl Reeve get called out?
I suppose about the same time Rocky Balboa gets called
Well,
out.
and not that I don't think she should be. I mean, I'm not for anybody ever losing their jobs, but
No.
why all of a sudden are the Lynx so bad?
Well, either you're not drafting right, you're not bringing in the right players. You know, you don't. Who knows? Just like the Timberwolves. I mean, they have a nucleus of being a good team, but they just can't put it together. And they, do they trade the cat and get somebody that they think will help them out? But every time they do that, they end up with a bum. So
Yeah, no, and do you trade Cat? I mean, I don't think you can trade Gobert.
no, I don't think so.
Not now.
No.
Not after what you gave up for him.
Yep.
You can't trade him. But I'd keep Cat before I'd
Yeah.
keep Gobert.
See, and that's where we disagree. That's why we have the show. We can disagree to
Disagree
disagree.
on that, yeah. Well, see, I wanted to bring up last week. I want Miguel Sano back.
I quit.
Yeah, somebody did ask the other day though, what's he been doing? And he just kind of fell off the face of the earth.
He's down his hometown in Puerto Rico, wherever he's from.
Yeah, no, I know.
And not playing ball.
I knew I'd get you going on that.
Wow.
But I just can't believe that a guy with the promising future he had in baseball is just falling off the face of the earth.
Yeah, right.
And all he has to do is hit 250.
And it's not like he's not going to be like Big Papa. You're not going to leave the Twins and go to Boston and become a superstar. But
No, but nobody
even picked him up.
Mm-mm.
I mean, he's not even playing in St. Paul.
No, it's just amazing. But I knew I'd get you going on that one.
Wow.
But
I think Tom rolled over on his lawn chair down in Florida on that one.
But hey, we come to the end of another show. I hope you enjoyed it. From Mike Egan,
That's me. I'm
George
Mike.
and Betty. We'll see you again next week.
Hibbing Public Access Television would like to thank U.S. Bank for providing us with studio space.